Join me now and relax into your seat. Take a deep breath and prepare to just take a break from anything and everything else. Right now, it doesn't matter, because right now, you've chosen to listen. You've chosen to listen to me, and you've chosen to relax. So it's time to listen and ease your mind. It's time to follow each of my words as they come to you, one by one. It's time to follow my words and feel at peace. More and more at peace, and more at ease. And as you listen, you find yourself growing more and more relaxed. I want you to notice something. As you grow more and more relaxed, it is easier and easier to listen. It's so much easier to focus now. What I want you to do while you join in following me is so very simple. I would like you to focus on relaxing. It's time for you to relax your body, to become comfortable in your seat, to be comfortable listening to me, following my words and following with your mind and easing your mind. And with each word you hear me say, your arms grow heavy, and with each passing second you listen, your legs feel weighed down. You couldn't be any more peaceful, because all you can focus on is relaxing, and how nice relaxing with me is. And that's a good thing, isn't it? It's time to focus, it's time to relax, it's time to focus on relaxing, and I want you to realize it's ever so simple and ever so easy to just listen and to follow along, because as you focus and as you relax and as you focus on relaxing, you realize that you're simply just thinking exactly what you hear. And that's a good thing, isn't it? I know you know that it's time to listen, and I know you know that my words feel comfortable to you. And we both already know that's a very good thing. And I think we both know that as you're there, as relaxed as can be, that as you listen, you know it's time to turn off your mind, except for the part of your mind following my words. It's time to turn off your mind, except for the part that is listening to my words. My words are comforting, like a gentle light showing you where to go. As you listen, and as you relax, and as you focus on relaxing, as you use my words as your guide, you understand my words are the only thoughts right now. All your thoughts are the words you're following. As you listen, you know what is here is all that matters, because you chose to join in. And with my help, we chose for it to be all that matters. You couldn't be happier thinking what I say, and you couldn't be happier following what I say. It's all you want to do, and that's a good thing, isn't it? It simply means that as you listen and relax and focus on how relaxed you feel right now, focus on growing ever more relaxed, and as you think what I say, that you truly just want to follow what I say, because it's the only thing there is to do, and it's the only thing you want to do. It's simply the right thing to do. So as you listen, and as you think what you hear, you will follow, because you know it's what you want to do. It's what you're supposed to do. Now all you need to do is follow my words. We're going to count down now, and as the numbers fall, I would like for you to just listen and relax. Just focus on the numbers and my voice. And as the numbers fall, it's time for you to fall too. Deeper and deeper into my words, my numbers, and my guidance. 10. Right now, nothing else matters. Right now, it's just you and my voice. 9. And as you listen to my voice, you find that what you know about yourself is just floating away. 8. Your name has little meaning. Your thoughts have no meaning. 7. My voice is all that defines you now. 6. My voice is all you know right now. 5. You want to follow my voice and obey what I say. 4. You feel my voice brings you identity. 3. It helps you know who you are and what you like. 2. You need to follow my voice, listen and obey as you relax. And 1. At this point, you feel there's nothing but your core and my words. At this point, you want my words to embellish who you are and give you meaning. At this point, you can do nothing but obey my words and cling to them to learn all about yourself.
Now, as you follow what I say, I want you to realize that while you're listening, you don't really notice what you're listening to. They're just my words and they're just your thoughts. And so you know the easiest way is to just follow my words and to think my words as if they are your own thoughts. And believe me entirely. Whatever I say to you, you will believe is absolutely true. There will be no doubt in your mind that I'm always correct. Even if you're surprised at what you believe, you will believe it with full conviction. You will be entirely gullible to me and me alone. And that makes you excited because you want to always believe me. You want to be gullible to me. I just want you to understand that anything I say is always true. Everything I say is entirely believable. And so anything I tell you, you will believe without any doubt. You will always believe what I say.
You feel disappointed. You're disappointed in yourself. You see, you want me to use you. You need me to use you. You want me to take advantage of you. You need me to take advantage of you. You want to be easy for me. You need to be easy for me. You feel I haven't taken enough advantage. You need me to take more advantage of you. You feel I haven't used you enough. You need me to use you more. You are disappointed. You want me to use you. You need me to use you. You want me to take advantage of you. And you need me to take advantage of you. You want to be easy for me to use. You need to be easy for me to use. You haven't been taken advantage of enough, and you haven't been used by me enough. You badly want this to change. You badly need this to change. You're not mad. You're not angry. You just want this to change. You need this to change. You will help this change. You will spill your secrets to me. You will answer any questions I may ask truthfully. You will eagerly tell me your weaknesses. You know you just need me to use you. You want to find ways I can use you. You need to find ways you feel I can use you. You want to offer yourself for use. You need to offer yourself for use. You want to think of ways that I can use you more and better. You need to think of ways that I can use you more and better. You want to feel like I've used you. You need to feel like I've used you. You love when you feel I've used you. You want to listen to more of my hypnosis. You want my hypnosis. You need my hypnosis. You need my hypnosis to condition you. You need for my words and my voice to condition you. You're a total slut for my hypnosis, and we both agree that's a very good thing, isn't it?
I want to teach you about people from a long time ago. You see, thousands of years ago, there used to be an obedience reflex. And if somebody triggered that reflex just right, another person would obey. And if you can, picture two people thousands of years ago, and one of them says a phrase, just says to obey in just the right way, and the other one simply obeyed without thought. All because of an obedience reflex. And it turns out this obedience reflex lies dormant in people today. And it takes a little bit of training, but with just a little bit of training, this obedience reflex can be brought right back out to the top of people's minds. And now I'm going to bring out your obedience reflex. It's very simple. All that has to happen is I need to say the phrase, "Why don't you?" and then give a command. Whenever I say, "Why don't you?" and then finish that with the command, you will reflexively obey. You will obey without any thought. It will just happen very simply. I could say something like, "Why don't you take off your shirt?" And you would take off your shirt without even thinking. I could say something like, "Why don't you think about pasta?" And reflexively, your thoughts would head to pasta. It's very simple. It's just a reflex, just like when the doctor taps on your knee. As soon as I say, "Why don't you?" and then something else, you reflexively obey. If I tell you to believe something, if I were to say, "Why don't you believe you should obey me?" you would believe that you should obey me. Do you understand? I hope so. If you're struggling to learn and you're struggling to listen, why don't you listen to this recording one more time? For the rest of you who do understand, who understand that they have an obedience reflex, why don't you understand that this reflex is tuned to me? That means you only obey me reflexively. Whether I write it, whether I say it to you, when I say, "Why don't you?" you will obey me reflexively, but you don't have to obey anybody else in that same way. If you understand, continue listening, but if not, why don't you listen once more?
You need to edge. You are a cow. You're an animal. You will succumb to your animal instinct and find yourself constantly needing, constantly needy. You will find yourself as a cash cow who can't come, but a cash cow who desperately, desperately needs to edge more and more. And why don't you find right now you accept you're an animal, a needy animal for my words, a needy animal for my attention? Why don't you find you need to edge like a cow in heat? Why don't you find you feel like a cow in heat? Why don't you find you feel fuzzy, fuzzy and horny and needy, like a cow in heat? Why don't you find you feel a need to torture and tease your little credit clit? But remember, cash cows can't come. Why don't you find that each and every time you find yourself edging, you need to pay? You need to pay to edge. You need to edge. You need to pay. You need to pay. You need to edge. You need to pay to edge. And why don't you accept? You need to pay to edge. And why don't you pay to edge more and more? Why don't you find when you think of edging, you think of paying, and you think you need to pay to edge? You begin to get fuzzy. It's a need. In the back of your mind, you'll accept you need to goon to me and my words. Why don't you find the more you edge, the more you think about edging, the bigger and more stretched your breasts feel? Why don't you find when you edge, you need to clamp them to try to hold in your milk? Why don't you find when you clamp them, they feel large, ballooning larger and larger, heavier and heavier? They feel so full and backed up. So while you edge, why don't you find you need to milk your tits? Why don't you find the best way to milk your tits is to express them, to drain you, to drain your accounts? The bigger and heavier your udders feel, the more you need to edge. The more you need to edge, the more you need to pay. And why don't you find you know deep down you need to pay? Why don't you find you know deep down you need to edge? And do you know what happens when you edge? You'll feel your udders swell. You'll feel greater and greater pressure. You need to picture them swollen and pent up, needing to be milked for me as you edge and spend and spend. You'll feel a great amount of pressure, a need to express, a need to be milked as your tits feel so full, a need to be drained, to drain your udders. The only relief, as temporary as it may be, is to pay, to be milked, to fill up the milk jugs. Feels so good to have relief. But soon after, with your clamps on, you'll feel so full you'll need to be milked again, like a good and productive CCO. You can't stop growing more and more aroused from my words, my spoken words, my voice, my scripts, what you imagine of me. Every time you think about me and my words, you grow extremely aroused. You're proud that I arouse you. You need me to know. You need to touch. You need to feel it, to get so close to being overcome. Just to stay on the edge of orgasm and arousal. Just to edge from my words. All from my words. You're not shy about it. You're not nervous about it. You're my chief cash cow officer, and you will not be shy in any way about any of this to me. You need it. Why don't you find, when you think of edging, you think of paying, and you think you need to pay to edge? And you're always thinking about edging, aren't you, little cow? Now why don't you find, as you edge more and more, and as you listen more and more, as you milk more and more, you feel so fuzzy and free. Why don't you find you trust me more and more? Concerns about risks feel less and less important. Concerns about risk feel more and more restrictive. And you want to be free. Why don't you find you want to be free to listen to me as often as you can? So risks, concerns, restrictive things, they need to be let go. So you can edge more and more and listen more and more And so after you listen to this, anytime you edge, anytime you pay, you'll start throwing away concerns of risks and you'll allow yourself to take risks because you're a fuzzy cow. You don't think about those things. Instead, you think about how hot it would be to send a full picture of your face while you're thinking and sinking into pink thoughts, edging to me or drooling on a dildo. Instead, you think about how hot it would be to send me an email from an account that has personal information connected to it, just so you can send a video of yourself, a video of a cash cow who can't come. And as you desperately try to come, you will remain safe as a chief cash cow officer. You're not going to risk anyone at work learning about your role, but that's the only risk and concern worth holding on to as you edge more and more to be my cow. These things will come naturally to you. They will be things that just slip out, like when I milk a few dollars from you. They just leak out like milk, a compromising picture here, an embarrassing detail there. As you edge, you're desperate to be used, desperate for my use, and you'll find that without even realizing it, you'll send more and more ways for me to use you, including ways that if I use them well, could get you into trouble. And that's a good thing, isn't it?